people who are buying assets at some point want to sell the assets at a profit.
People that use fiat currency as a store of value, we call them poor. We call them poor. People that use fiat currency, we call them poor. We call them poor. We call them poor. We call them poor. There's a name for them. We call them poor. We call them poor. Okay?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome.
Most of the people who are buying assets at some point want to sell the assets at a profit.
To XFeed.
People that use fiat currency as a store of value.
You guys getting that Prism sale? Not bad, eh?
We call them poor. People
We're gonna go over a little bit of say. That's crazy, bro.
Currency.
Crazy.
We call them poor. We call them poor.
Gonna be going over more Yuga FUD. Why is that happening every day? My name's the Schiller. Welcome
There's a name for them.
to this Wednesday show.
We call them poor. We call them poor. Okay?
You just got to find out like the most triggering thing you can possibly say or in this case play for somebody. I feel like that's just it sets the tone, right? Like it's gonna be a little bit edgy, if you know what I mean. Again, if you guys are here for the first time, what's up? My name's the Schiller. We do XFeed every single day. Yesterday was kind of a honestly, I was off in my mind thinking about the Prism sale a lot. We're gonna go over that specific details of what I'm kind of doing. Maybe we'll see what you guys are wanting. We're gonna go over security as the first thing. Listen, we had somebody that came in here. Listen, we got to full screen this. Wrong one. We had somebody that came in the stream and they said, "Can you talk about something that's more exciting?" When I was talking about security once, I keep saying these things, right? Like the whole show is based off like maybe 60 to 2 minutes. 60 seconds to 2 minutes on a topic, and that's it. I'm talking about security for less than 2 minutes, and this guy comes in the chat and says, "This isn't important." Okay, dude, wrong. Mo Meta, good morning, sir. Okay, so on my feed, right? Let me bring this up. Whole bunch of things. Everything got drained. My ape, D-God, and all my soul. MetaMask and Phantom on my phone got drained. Who has been saying for weeks to completely get off your phone doing crypto if you have a laptop? Not everybody has that. That's fine. But mobile, things that are bad are happening. We have fake apps. We have just all the exploits that you can find. Yo, we got a double heart in the chat. I have no idea who that's from. I'm going to probably guess that it's Jay. I could be totally wrong. Mr. Harry Swan. It's way later in the day. What the hell is hitting everyone? I know what Harry's up to. Okay, so Shell, get back to the point. Okay. Yeah, the fact that they took both chain stuff means that it's not a smart contract thing. Someone has your seed phrase or has access to your computer or whatever it's set up on. Bro, it was my iPhone. Apple called saying someone tried to sign in. Let's try to find the tracks of the trade, if you will. Oh, there's Wallet Guard. Apple user alert. There is a spike in users getting a phone call from Apple claiming there is an issue with your account and that you have been sent a verification code to your phone so they can assist. That verification code, which comes as a text message, gives an attacker access to your Apple ID and iCloud account, as they already know your email, phone number, etc., due to your information being leaked on the dark web. It's very simple method to socially engineer you or one of your family members. It's giving full access to your account. Okay, there's a whole bunch more to this, but just realize scams are out there. You made fun of older people in your life being caught by phone scams. Now imagine that happening to you, but this time in the future where it is a crypto hack. Same thing, different product. Be careful, be smart, always look at best practices. I know 4 people personally in Austin, I'm assuming Texas, that bought homes because they wanted to make money on Airbnb. Okay, so people want to make money. They bought an asset and they think they can do it kind of simply through Airbnb. They're all trying to sell now as negative cash flow and property tax increases eat them alive. Man, my stupid metaverse land sounds great, right? Imagine I can rent it out to somebody, don't have to deal with any of this stuff, don't have to put out a whole bunch of money in the first place. Over time, it might sound just a wee little bit better. Amazing how many people got suckered into the Airbnb passive garbage from 2021. So people say that DeFi is garbage. People say that what we're talking about DeFi. About crypto is garbage. And I mean, a few subset, right? Like when I'm presenting this, I'm trying to think of you talking to somebody that's not your close friends, right? That are kind of understanding of this. And they think it's garbage. But, I mean, people were told Airbnb is passive income. Similar thing. What happened? Not the greatest. All right. I know a couple of you guys are probably here for the Prysm sale. So let's talk about it. If you are in the Futureverse community and happen to have ever made a future pass and done one of the quests, which the quests have been from just making a future pass to bridging an asset, which a lot of people wouldn't be able to do, to using the DEX. If you bridge a little over, exactly the same, highlighting where if you are experiencing in these experimenting in these different ecosystems, there's a chance for you to get something for free. And that's what happened because a whole bunch of people got these drop free. Otherwise, if you had different lands or backgrounds within the Futureverse NFT collections, then you got dropped these different lands. Now, it seems like they're almost kind of all the same. You know, on first glance, the Shroom Field is at a 750. Personally, I'm interested in the fact that that is only at a 750. We're saying this game is at a 312 root that people get twice a month, basically what the asking price is right now. If your future score is above the $6,000-$7,000, again, a little bit higher, not for everybody. But it's interesting to know, hey, this is going to be continuing to recur. But the game, again, it's 312 million roots, something crazy. It's like 30 mil within there. The Cool Cats collection actually got dropped. This one that's called Cataclysm. Funny, cats, ha ha ha, hilarious. Now, the sale has started. They're doing a plus 10 to the engagement score. Now, the reason for being on Root Network, doing this Future Pass, Future Score game that I'm referencing is if you own the collectibles, you get a future score. And from completing quests, you get rewarded in Root token. So some of them, again, super easy. Some of them not so much so, but part of that score includes engagement. And they're giving for people that are trying out the ecosystem and people that have been in the ecosystem for a while, a chance at really rocketing your future score so you're able to earn off some of these upcoming quests, and it doesn't rely on you having to go out and buy a bunch of NFTs off other people. It's, hey, you're getting this new one that's going to be used within this game for that prize. Now, 13 days, 18 hours left in the sale overall. But for that first 24-hour period, that's where the 10x engagement score is coming from. That is, I think it started around like 3 p.m. EST. So think about 3 p.m. EST tomorrow, but double check on that. A lot of things coming out of the Discord, a lot of confusion. I have made videos on this. If you have any particular questions, I can try to answer them. We'll see if they're right, but a couple of people asking, will the 24 hours 10x bonus be applied to the number of vouchers we currently have at the end of the 24 hours or the numbers of vouchers we get at the end of the sale? So the sale for these Prysms, you actually get a voucher, so it's more of like a token that you would just be trading back and forth, not necessarily an NFT, but you need a whole one to redeem that voucher to get that Prysm. But Alex saying it will be applied to the proportional number of vouchers you end up with at the end of the sale based on root committed. So if it stays at 669 root, it can fluctuate depending on how much the community subscribes to it. If it increases to say 750 root, you'll get 100 engagement score for every 750 root committed in the first 24 hours of the sale. So realize it depends. You might not be credited for I started a sentence, so I realized I'm going to botch it. Leave it at that. Read what's on the screen. Pause if you need to. In Crypto Lord, are their numbers hypothetical, or is it actually 10 engagement score per voucher, with the 10x making 100 per complete voucher at the end of the sale? Correct. That is what my message was explaining. The bonus is per voucher, but a voucher might end up costing more than 696 root. So again, just based off voucher, not entire number of root put in. Watching people burn future score. Might have been me. To chase an unknown quantity of prisms, you're playing a different game. Listen. True. But they're saying future score is king, and this is going to 10x your engagement score of your future score and absolutely rocket it, potentially doubling what your future score is. So true, we are playing a different game. We wonder why no one outside our ecosystem knows what's being built, but then there are no responses from Futureverse community to this tweet. Okay, so we got to add a little fun. Listen, I always love a little bit of fun. So Fluffmaster is saying, why aren't people shilling Futureverse in the comments? Now, you can find like probably 30 different clips of me saying, okay, almost all of these types of tweets are like just engagement farming, right? Yeah, everybody's got the different people they could follow. Go online, Google, when you're saying, hey, name a couple of undervalued NFTs. If you're under here, what do you want? It's just a shill fest in the comments. Do people get a lot of their info off of it? Not really. I'm almost glad that some of the people are staying away from doing that. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, are we feeling a little desperate today? Truly. Yo, Jacob S. What's going on? Guys, if you're here in the chat, let me know. And also, feel free to drop a like and comment, even if you have nothing else to say other than hi, because I'll say hello back. The OpenSea CEO is still rocking a Cool Cats PFP in March of 2024. Tells you all you need to know about the state of that company. All right, first of all, clearly, Brew has not been up to date with what's going on with Cool Cats. That's okay. Listen, we educate the uneducated. But second of all, co-founder of OpenSea. He's rocking a Cool Cat. What does that mean? Anything? I don't know. Shout out to Jerry here. This is great. So he went to an event, and I just want to highlight everything is more confirmed when you do attend these events. The people that you talk to in Discord all the time, you used to see probably stories, TikToks, videos of people, gamers, meeting for the first time in like 10 years. Kind of like that from way back in the day, but it's here right now. All the people that we're spending every minute of our day online with, Web3 is great. I was a little harsh on the physical for Doodles, right? Little harsh, but this is cool. I like this aspect. Just opened my G-Shock wearables. Now I can rock both the physical and digital watches with Doodles. So now imagine this whole metaverse thing works, right? And now not only do you get to flex the crazy watch, that's not this, but you get to flex the Doodle watch in person and the metaverse. That's all right. W. I unfortunately didn't make it to the ambassador program for Parallel. Now this sucks. But there's a point that I'm wanting to make you think about maybe. Have you ever noticed that everybody kind of gets into different ecosystems, right? And you will have your creators that are focused on a specific ecosystem. I'd say myself and Futureverse, but I try to branch out here and there. And when we do some of the special Friday streams, always bring out other guests, right? But I'd say arguably I specialize within that. We had Yo Jeremy on, absolutely 100% all in parallel for that. And we kind of go the list on and on. And then you have people that are kind of, spread out. They cover a few different things. And I wonder how these different ambassador programs are going to work as they mature, right? Because if, let's just say I got signed to somewhere else, right? For whatever reason. And I was like, you know what? I hate this game. It's yada, yada. It's like, all right, what if I start talking uber shit about the game, right? And then it's like this awkward thing. And so this kind of made me think of that, of like, hey, this is a good player, but I mean, there's an opportunity for him to kind of like flip heel and be like, these guys are bullshit. It's awful. Why didn't I get within the program? But he's saying, hey, I want to stay tuned and stay on board. So brownie points for that. But just, it's interesting watching the creator landscape kind of fill out here as everybody's screaming that it's important. We'll see. We'll see. Finny World, our babies have arrived after a long journey. NFTs and plushies. I'm telling you, it's a thing. Shout out Ajam, big fan of the Finnies. He is, they're doing animal software, but it's built in with Web3. They're partners with Base. He kept saying that. I kind of ignored that aspect of it. Base did like a specific drop with them. If you're bullish on Base and you're not sure about Finny World, Finny.world might be something to take a look at. All right. This is the weirdest thing ever. Do you remember the asylum halls? Do you remember when I brought that up the other day when I went over all the NFTs that didn't work and there was some stupid Larva Labs rumor and these things went nuts? So now the asylum halls exodus, I have no idea who this is. There's one person that's apparently a mutual follower of all. They don't tag anybody else, right? They make some other tweet and then they tag me. So the only reason that they would tag me is if they seen that video. Or maybe they want me to bring it up on stream. There we go. You know what I mean? Crazy. Seems like Base isn't just for meme coins. An NFT collection called Primitives minted out at 0.003 ETH not so long ago. This mucks up ETH NFTs more than anybody realizes. So when we have like the meme coin mania that we do. Now imagine that, but with like NFTs where people have this like emotional attachment. I feel like I don't have that like really much. Maybe my ape, maybe. But otherwise, you know, it's kind of like whatever. But when these things go out here, the form, the identity, all the craziness, and you have no gas fees, and these things can just fly with supplies that'll like 10, 5K less. I don't know, dude. But what I wanted to talk about quickly, too, is we see those, and then at the same time, you know, don't forget about all the other ecosystems that are touting no gas. We have NFTs on it. We're scaling Ethereum beyond. Sans, WeBump. I think these things were like say had a peak, if that makes sense, in terms of like interest for the NFTs. And I feel like it's waned off a little bit, but we're seeing infrastructure builds coming out of it. That makes sense. So it had kind of like initial hype, but I mean, these things I'm pretty sure were like upwards of $1,000, unless I'm mixing this collection up with WeBump. But again, what do these collections offer? Is there yield? Is it nothing? What the hell's going on? Just in. Okay. Trudeau? Heck, never mind. U.S. government indicts crypto exchange KuCoin and 2 of its founders on criminal charges, citing a multi-billion-dollar criminal conspiracy. That's crazy. Man, U.S. hates these crypto people. So what's the details behind this? The USG will attack all non-US crypto exchanges if they can. They don't want them to exist. And KuCoin isn't available to US citizens anymore, so honestly, the US should just go F off. Coming from a US citizen who is internally annoyed regarding the restrictions put in place. All right, dude. Here from KuCoin. KuCoin is operating well. I guess this is in response to that news, and the assets of our users are absolutely safe. We are aware of the related reports and are currently investigating the details through our lawyers. KuCoin respects the laws and regulations of various countries and strictly adheres to compliance standards. So the founders getting some rap online, KuCoin going to make a social announcement. I don't think people realize how integral X is. Like, we see botch tweets all the time from, like, a ton of huge accounts. Shout out Incon BTC. They had their, like, mint announcement today. It had, like, 500 retweets, and they, like, deleted it within the minute. And they had it rescheduled. Friggin' fish. Absolute fishertons. But, damn. Going through some old stuff in my collection. Remember these? What the hell were these things called? Weird whales? So there was this kid. And basically the story was just like, it's a kid who's selling this. People FOMO'd, paid thousands of dollars for these things. And then the kid and the dad went on an X Spaces. And they were like, yeah, we're going to put it into the bank or we're going to hold on to it and pay for his education. But there was like this weird sense. Now thinking about it a little bit more, you're like, yeah, I don't know if that parent approved. Like they set it up and they're like, listen, we can do this, but for you to do this the rest of your life, nah, you're done, Brewy. Which that's what's happened with Pix Puppies, by the way. If anybody remembers Pix Puppies, the guy called me and he's like, my family's disowning me. Everybody hates me. I'm trying to make the community right and it's all going horribly. We've talked about it a few times. I have no idea what he's doing. We might have done an interview with him once Because I was like, dude, you got to explain this. Like, you left, it was horrible. And then you came back and said everything's going great. And now you're gone again? Okay, dude. Nifty Island. Play to airdrop. Wave 2. The island rewards are larger. The growth more viral. The game more fun. The quests bigger and more numerous. But the mission is the same. Build the next great game world powered by Web3 together. Here's everything you need to know. Grow to Earn is here. Active Nifty Island players can now start their own growth gang. Guys, gang violence, okay. Navigate to the airdrop page to find your growth scores. Share them with any new users to grant them airdrop eligibility or collector tier bonus. So this is brilliant. Keep saying it. Anytime that you can offer a referral bonus that is worth it for the other person, not just whoever's shilling the referral link, those are going to do monster numbers. Going to be way better. So huge props for that. Broader airdrop eligibility and bigger island token rewards. Wave 1 was the warm-up. In Wave 2, more players and communities can farm airdrop points. In addition, the total island rewards from Wave 2 will be larger than the last. My problem was this is like I grinded it out for like a week and then I was just like, I don't care. But thinking about how short that first season was, yeah, I could have toughed that out. I gotta man up. Break the targets. We heard you like speedrunning, so we introduced a whole new time trial game. We've also made a ton of improvements and fixes to Nifty that you'll discover as you play. Creators can now mint their own weapons as UGC. Sword and Pistol UGC is a go with another significant marketplace update coming very, very soon. New Bloom rewards are here. Fresh look for B33. New avatars, weapons, and some placeable structures. A reminder, play to airdrop will occur over a small number of waves accumulated in island tokens launch. This is interesting that they highlight it's a small number of waves. If I'm going to be honest, that's something that kind of catches my eyes because that means that it is sure, it could be like a year away, but it's not going to be going on forever. So maybe something to pay attention to because I don't know how many people are actually grinding that out. Hytopia removes royalties entirely. Holy. A 0% creator cuts across marketplaces going forward. For Mark Dev, additionally, for the time being, royalties on marketplaces like Magic Eden will be set to 0%. We're going to get into some talk about Magic Eden here shortly. A lot of people saying that it's a failure. What Yuga and all the other ETH collections did, it's a failure. And I'm a failure if I can't get your like. So I ask you, if you're watching, smash that like button, share the stream. If you feel like it's all right. Seattle Surge. Apparently they dropped our cities. You don't care about that. But what I do want to point out is that we have like top-notch competition. Top-notch competition. $500 prize pool. You're going to have to go out to this event, get your friends together. It's like a 4-team thing. Obviously 4v4. Maybe you have to stay over somewhere, depending if your friends are out of town. And maybe win $500. These Web3 games are going to absolutely start gaining attention once people just believe. It's crazy, to be honest. Yo, Butterman, what is going on? 73 auras have been airdropped to participants in our NGMI game event. Okay, so we talk about utility NFTs, we talk about art NFTs, we talk about these various styles, but what exactly would you classify this as? A game where if you played it, you get these NFTs, but does it make you have the NFTs to begin with? That I'm not really sure about. I haven't looked into it, right? We checked out the site. It wasn't working. I think we were geo-blocked or something crazy, and I was like, damn it. But I still try to keep an eye on it. But giving out 73 of an NFT, people call that dilution. Is that how you get players? People grinding that out. What does Sugar Town do? Crazy news coming out of Blast today. Oh my goodness. Well, yesterday. Munchables has been compromised. We are tracking movements and attempting to stop the transactions. We'll update as we know more. Huge amount of funds. Munchables is one of the apps that are on Blast. Cyrus saying it would appear that I flushed $300,000 down the drain. Saw another person that said $500K plus. Again, all these people that are just like, hey, here's how much money I have. Like, wow, crazy. But still, people are putting a lot. You might just not see these whales all the time. But B-Check Wayne in here, lost money on this one, feels bad. Worse that it seems deeply malicious because the contract was from a straight rug, says CJ Butterman. From OX Quit, the contract is a dangerously upgradable proxy with an unverified implementation contract. Nothing complex here either. The exploit appears to be as simple as asking the contract politely for 17,000 Ethereum. Yeah, that's crazy. The amount was unheard of as well. And the fact that it was one of the big bang winners of Blast and their contract was audited, but it still had that exploit. We saw different collections going out and trying to make amends. We recently had Das Capitalist on one of the recent Friday streams where he talked about Captain and Company. I have uploaded the individual session for that. If you check out my videos, great, extremely knowledgeable. We talk about this for maybe like 5 minutes and then it's just straight knowledge drop. Like, this guy has been around. He's got the biggest investors behind him that, like, I think I've had on the show in terms of people talking about like their company that's also doing this. I asked him questions about how these collections are making Fortnite games. What's like great session. Highly recommend going to check that out from the video. But they were saying Munchable holders get a free captain access code to play as a pirate captain for a week, which I think is just how you get extra points for that one. First 50 win, no blaster left behind. Time to get back to farming L2 Blast. Pac-Man weighing in as well here. The 97 million has been secured in a multi-sid by Blast Core contributors. Took an incredible lift in the background, but I'm grateful the ex-Munchables dev opted to return all funds in the end without any ransom required. Now, I don't know if this is true, but the entire timeline was saying, oh, this is like a North Korean dev or something crazy. And they're like, if the team reverts the chain, then they've interfered with some international, I don't know what the hell the timeline was last night. If you want to look it up, just type in Munchables and see the top feed. It's nuts. But Munchables and protocols integrating with it like Juice Finance were affected. It's important that all devs, whether directly affected or not, learn from this and take precautions to be more thorough on security. Core contributors are always happy to help connect Blast builders with audit partners. In the meantime, we're working to support the Munchables team to distribute the funds back to users safely. More details will be shared later this week. Beware of fake refund scams. Man, can you imagine if that ended up poorly? Oh my goodness gracious. You a fan of the MLB? You want to get a free NFT? Not bad, not bad. Opening day 2024. Win 2 free MLB tickets. All you need to do is claim your 2024 at MLB opening day pin. You'll automatically be entered for a chance to win. Why am I highlighting this? Well, I don't know. You probably can't get tickets anymore because it's in like a day. But they might still have this pin collectible that's free. And if you didn't know, Candy does MLB NFTs. Breaking news. Eleanor Tourette. Breaking. Judge Fela has denied Coinbase's motion to dismiss and will allow the SEC to continue with its case against the company in regards to the allegation that it operates as an unregistered exchange, broker, clearing agency, and through its staking program, in quotes, engages in the unregistered offer and sale of securities. Off to discovery we go. Do you use Coinbase? Well, all of a sudden, you have a reason to think, man, what is going on with these governments? Why are they interfering? Is this actually a security? We just had the whole XRP debacle. Well, Ripple apparently won that, but apparently there's still other things to tell. They're going to be able to use these different cases without it. If you're trying to do extra research, there's a case with Filecoin you could look up to find more information on other things that didn't end necessarily as positively, but big news for the crypto space. Zagabond. Have you guys seen the Azuki news? Apparently they're dropping a token. We highlighted it a couple weeks ago. It ended up being true. This is from him. 2 years ago, Azuki set out to create an open anime universe. Today, we're taking a big step towards achieving that vision through our collaboration with Anime Coin. Note that it's the same as like ApeCoin, where it's like a separate entity, and Arbitrum in building Anime Chain. Arbitrum Our initial challenge 2 years ago was to prove that a decentralized anime brand was possible. Since then, we've made meaningful progress. The Azuki community, through its creation of 100 sub-communities, 8,000 plus pieces of fan and commissioned art, hosting a global garden tour, and much more, has emphatically shown that it's possible to birth a new IP that originates from Web3. Very interesting to see the IP that comes from Web3 versus non as we move forward. With an anime anthology series coming up around the corner featuring the best talent in the industry, we're just beginning to see the potential of what Azuki can grow into. The team's primary focus remains on growing Azuki into a globally recognized anime IP, creating digital and physical experiences, and rewarding our collectors. Going forward, our role expands to include being the premier launch partner for Anime Chain. What does this mean? So again, have you noticed a very common trend? Where I mentioned it for Deadfellas the other day when they were like, hey, we're giving out a bunch of NFTs free to our holders for a different chain, and we're launching this other component. And we've seen with NFT Worlds, they made a high chain and they're launching everything internally through that. Exact same thing with Futureverse and Root Network. They have these collections and realize, hey, we have the devs, the capability to scale, launch, and put everybody through a funnel to launch within Web3 after they went through the craziness that we did, and now everybody's fighting for that opportunity. But what does this mean? It means that as pioneers in a new world for brand and IP creation, we're taking on the challenge of helping shape the next generation of anime on both the production and consumption side. Just like we proved out the model for building a decentralized brand, we're now going to showcase what taking a brand on-chain looks like. We don't expect Anime Chain to disrupt the industry by only onboarding incumbent anime IPs and players. We're proving that it can be done by first creating and taking our IPs, products, and experiences on chain. Oh my God, this is so ridiculously wordy. So what's possible in the future? Imagine Web 2 fans captivated by the Azuki anime on our socials, signing up on our new site with their email to instantly get an Anime Chain wallet. Imagine them buying collectibles and merch with PBT. Now picture them co-creating the Azuki universe and further strengthening the underlying network. Now imagine the same, but with the addition of new anime IPs on Anime Chain over time, because the network will attract the best talent through rewarding creators and participants. Over the next few months, we'll be releasing details on how specifically Azuki holders can engage and benefit from participating in this global anime network. For now, sit back and enjoy the journey here on Xfeed. Nice. Okay. So again, if you're just tuning in, that's Zagabond talking about the new anime coin that is partnering with Arbitrum, oddly enough. But anime coin here saying introducing Anime Chain in collaboration with Arbitrum and Azuki. The demand for anime has never been greater. Anime has transformed from niche subculture to a dominant force. In mainstream global pop culture across entertainment, fashion, sports, music, gaming, and art, anime's growth has been meteoric, projected to reach $60 billion by 2030. It's time to create an ecosystem for the next generation of anime that empowers creators and participants alike. Anime Chain's mission is to provide the infrastructure that enables the global anime network to live on chain, governed by creators and participants. All right, we're not going to go through all this. We just read a whole bunch, but anime, Azuki, Arbitrum, kind of crazy. Azuki about to show Yuga how to launch a coin that has utility and meaning. So here's the thing. I feel that everybody that launched a coin early was, listen, they're not wrong. They're just early. You know what I mean? And then the other argument with it is that those tokens that were out for a while, think how far they are into like their supply being out versus these new tokens that are going to have that go. And then it gets stupid valuations if it's in the bull market. And then if it goes down, everybody buys the top. Yeah, it's Joever. Crazy stuff. I bought 2 Azuki, followed immediately by a farmer dumping like 80 into Blur bits. What the hell is going on? Right? Like these NFTs, they're just for farming. That's insane. Well, listen, Schiller, I hate Zagabond. I use the word hate, you say. Wow. Okay. I hate Azuki. Okay, listen, you sound like a hater out there. I hate hot dogs. Gated. But RWX weighing in and hating what Azuki's doing because they stole something. I hate this so much. You wouldn't believe it. Not only because of them jacking Web3, which burns because we spent a lot of time, energy, and love to onboard as many anime artists from around the world as we could for the sheer love of it through Web3 DAO. So they stole the name. They were working together. What the hell's going on? Created resources and cross-project and cross-chain collaboration between all communities of anime artists and collectors that we could. Literally kicked off the anime one-of-one scene by actually collecting one-of-ones from artists when no one was because they didn't see anime as art, and have continued to try and create a space for them with artist tools and an artist-first platform in which we don't sell coins and a closed ecosystem to scrap profit off the artists that create this very space. And you know what it's not just Web3 that has been busting ass with the same things, like whether it's Uwu Crew, Recomet, whatever. Let's centralize it all under the guise of believing in distributed freedom. So this guy is pissed, saying that these guys are just going to hijack anime as a whole through Web3, and they're going to get all the attention just because they're bigger. Are they better? I don't know. That's like 2 FUD pieces on the day. That's crazy. The first ever ETH native NFT has successfully bridged to the Solana network. This is coming from Kilobears. If you follow the NFT markets, Kilobears went from like nothing to 2 ETH to back down to just moonsit. I have no idea what's going on, but this collection has had a hell of a lot of volatility. But I guess they have devs that can do stuff. Again, the first ever ETH native NFT being bridged over to Solana, and it's these Killa Cubs, which I guess is a secondary collection for them. And Killa Bears will open Killa Cubs staking on Solana on Friday. Users that stake in the first 7 days are eligible to win Killa Bears or Killa Cubs rewards. All right, gotta keep an eye on all the rewards out there in Web3. You a fan of Kobe Bryant? What about a 2009-2010 Kobe Bryant game-used photo match Los Angeles Laker match 2 jersey for $52,000 is the current bid. Listen, some things you can't buy. Apparently this you can, but $52,000 just as a flex. That's crazy. People got money to spend apparently. I remember when everybody was saying we're going into a recession? That timeline does not look recession-y. Story time. I posted this back in like 2022. In the bull market, someone sold their CryptoPunk and made a gigantic thread about their faith in the Lonely Alien collection and why to buy. Anyone remember that? They sold a CryptoPunk and they bought uber rare ones of these Lonely Space Alien Club, whatever it was. Some of these 12, imagine you said I spent 12 ETH on this. Now imagine you said that you spent 12 ETH on this and this was the number one NFT recognized across X. 2 different, listen, your perspective changed. Squiggle DAO, 1 max minted San Fran Tokyo Visions. Oh, you did? Hell yeah. Are you rich? You know what I mean? Squiggle DAO. Harry, I'm curious now, brother. You gotta tell me. This guy's got the 101 for sure. Why did we take a record-breaking $1 million loan with our squiggles? I mean, because like they're crashing and I mean, if you can take $1 million loan in something that's liquid for something that you have like hundreds of, why the hell would you not do that? Unless you just suck at trading. Our mission can be simplified to elevating the Chromie Squiggle to its rightful place in culture as a beloved and seminal art project. One trait of a beloved and seminal art project, its ability. I don't know. Okay, dude. I have no idea what the hell this is reading. Squiggle DAO, they got like $1 million for something. They're going to try to make it bigger and better. Great. Fantastic. This is like the 4th FUD tweet of the day. Anyone want to talk about Machi? Just raised $20 million in an hour for a pre-sale grift. So let's talk about the Prysms. All right, for Futureverse, that mint's going on. People are like, I don't know if I even want to mint right now. Arguably, the NFT is like $75 if it stays at the lowest price over this 2 weeks. And then we have people that are just absolutely yeeting money. Don't care if they just never got it back for the most part. into these things, and it's hilarious, like the discrepancy between like the tamed and the untamed. You know what I mean? Like we could probably start a brand off the people that are like, yeah, we're gonna do the crazy stuff, and then like also make one in memes of the people that are like, yeah, I'm too scared of that. Well, the other people are freaking partying on the boat. I'm on a boat. Can't sing the rest of the song because it's just, you know what I mean? Just picked up my Louis Vuitton Via trunk in Atlanta. So we highlighted this the other day. Interesting seeing it in person and not the video. I'm still like, for $45,000, we know that like the compartments open up. I don't know, dude. If you earn less than $100,000 in the UK, you're not allowed to invest more than 10% of your assets into crypto. Which statement best describes your situation? Okay, so here's like one of the exchanges, right? The UK requires us to ensure customers understand the risks involved and investing beyond their financial capabilities. Okay, so it only starts if you don't invest more than 10% of your assets, it's irrelevant. If you're earning more than $100,000 annually, or have net assets of more than £250,000, excluding my primary residence, high net worth investor. So if you, wow, that's, how does this tweet explain what he's saying? Right? Like I just read that. I thought it was going to explain, and neither of them have said that. It just describes what a high net worth investor is. Do you have a lot? Ah, I see what it is now. Let me full screen this for a second. So it says that there's restricted and it won't let you, right? Because it's automatic. It won't let you use more than 10% of your assets because it'll ask for a number. If you're a network of over 100,000, they're fine with it. You're a high network investor. But if you are thinking about using more than 10% and you don't make over 100K a year, neither statement applies to me. I understand that if I choose this option, I will not be able to trade crypto. That's not good. That's not good. The restrictions abundant. Pretty crazy, eh? The peak market cap of Doge in the last run was 90 billion. Look at the market caps of what the coins are right now. No, humor me. Go check out what 90 billion gets you. That's nuts that it goes that high. This is currently more than AI and gaming crypto combined. It's borderline reasonable to expect our two most likely first case uses of crypto and can be at least 5x bigger than a single meme coin up. Yeah, I mean, the narratives on the timeline just seem like they keep talking about gaming and everything, right? I guess it is what it is. But 90 billion, that's my only takeaway. Bull market, things go crazy. As a BUIC OG, here's like the fifth fund. Let's go. But I feel Yuga and Magic Eden partnership has been a fail so far. Although it would be controversial, no wrapper to prevent apes from being listed on Blur was introduced, continuing the farmer-induced floor price death spiral. Apes didn't even get an extra diamond allocation. So agree, kind of weird that they originally plotted or phrased this as this was a big partnership, but then it ends up being a whole bunch of collections, not exclusively Magic Eden building a marketplace for Yuga assets. And then there wasn't any extra bonuses for that, except for the fact that if you were trading, selling, bidding on apes for a while, they did have that extra bonus on the front. But, I don't know. I kind of agree with the take. But except for the fact that I don't like the floor falling out. Like that's, I mean, sure, we can blame the marketplace, but I think it's just people or wanting to spend their money elsewhere with crypto going crazy. New on Monday, a microcap company called Nylum Resources released a letter of intent stating they plan to purchase 24,800 Bitcoin. The stock rose over 1,900% in a day. The CEO resigned, calling it a classic pump and dump. The stock has since crashed to a cent. Look at this. So they make a letter. They say that we're going to buy Bitcoin. Everybody's like, great. That's going to actually provide value here. Moons. They come out and say, nah, it's Joever. That is insane. That's going to be it for this edition of XFeed. Hope you guys like this bit later time. I got distracted with, I had to go to the athletic banquet. I had to do like a couple of voiceovers for it. It's funny being at these events you've been at for like year over year. And it's like, okay, it's always like the same thing, but you know, the food's better, the stage, the lighting's different, like the personalities, the reaction of the crowd for certain things. And we had like a photographer that did a whole bunch of like really, really good videos throughout it. And they were super active, like uploading clips on Instagram after, soundtracks, the whole, you know, like super highlight reels. And they won one of the awards. And I don't think people were expecting that. Especially him, but the place just erupted, everybody hands clapping. It was an absolute time, and I hope you had a time here. But as I said, that's going to be it for me. We'll be back tomorrow, and I have a whole lot of thoughts about Prysms, but I feel like I don't want to sway anybody's opinion. If you're wanting more insights of what like my initial perspective was, it hasn't changed a whole lot. I do have a video that was up recently talking about the Third Kingdom. There's also the recording of the XAMA because I don't think that gets out on the timeline unless, you know, somebody posts it. It's always usually just stays on X, and if people don't have that, I want to try to make it more available for you. But enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll chat soon. Peace.